How's it going, Harry Potter fans? Welcome back to the Gamer Visuals YouTube channel, where we are going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy in this video once again. So in the past week, we had a ton of information that just got thrown at us, basically. A bunch of content creators were invited out by Warner Brothers Games, and they were able to play 2 whole hours of the new Hogwarts Legacy game, and there is a giant mass of footage out there now. So I'm going to go through with what I've seen to be some of the most exciting features that I'm looking forward to in the game. So let's hop right into it. All right, guys, the first couple things I'm going to talk about here are, you know, not exactly super new, but stuff that I got to see a lot more of in these updates. So first thing we're going to talk about, flying and just general movement. So flying in this game looks really cool from all this gameplay footage that I've watched recently, and from what most of the reviewers said, it just feels right when you're controlling the broomstick. Now, they did say it takes a little bit getting used to. It kind of feels a little weird when you're trying to do it on the controller for the first time. I think some of them said that the controls were inverted and they weren't allowed to go in the menu and switch it or something like that, but I'm sure in the game you'll be able to do that, so it'll be totally fine. So the initial mounting animation, that's really smooth. It still looks really good from all the different gameplay we've seen. And the fact that you basically can just choose a point in the distance like you're seeing in the video right here and fly to it and just go wherever is pretty freaking awesome, and I'm super excited about that. Now, when you're in the air, you guys can't just dismount your broom and just fall off of your broom. You have to go down to the ground like you just saw right there and actually dismount off of your broom when you get to a certain level. It's not like you can just kind of go super high and drop your person off the broom. Although that'd be kind of cool if you could do that and then catch yourself again, kind of like Harry did when he was under a spell and all that kind of stuff. But you got to do it when you're prompted to, and then you're able to do it. And now let's talk about some movement mechanics, just the regular movement in the game when you're on the ground. Everything looks very fluid from what I've seen. It looks really nice, and it looks like it'll be a lot of fun to actually do and to go around the game. You know, one reviewer actually said that it kind of reminded them of a game like Elden Ring, because you're able to jump, vault, dodge, sprint, you know, all those different mechanics that you would expect. So the particular viewer that I was talking about also said that movement in the combat actually reminded them a bit of like fencing, and that's kind of what the devs were apparently going after, and they said that in one of their gameplay reviews. So it looks like they hit the nail right on the head there and basically brought to life what they really wanted to do. So I'm very pleased with the movement in general, especially flying, and I can't wait to do it in the game. Now, something that I'm also very excited for, and I just alluded to it there in my last bit, was the combat. So again, the movement in the combat looks really, really good, and I'm already really, really pleased with it, but the actual mechanics of combat, we've gotten to see a ton more of this with all of these gameplay reveals, because in all of these, you know, reviewers' 2 hours of their gameplay, they basically got to do combat a lot, and it's for good reason, because it's a huge part of this game, and I know everyone wants to feel engaging and, you know, something that's not super boring after you start to do it a little while, like the old Harry Potter games, which were just very, very dull and not fun. So it was revealed that there is a lock feature. You can see him using it here in the game, but it's not like Elden Ring or like a game where you tab target or something like that. It's where you can actually kind of like target somebody, but then kind of free flow your spells around. So it seems pretty modular, and like you see the R1 button in the screen right there, you can actually use that to pick stuff up in the world and throw them at people as you're locking onto them, which is pretty cool. But you can also choose which person you want to hit with it, which is kind of awesome. And then everybody always has these orbs around them. You guys have probably seen and heard about that before, and that just corresponds to what spell you need to use to break that shield that they're using right there. So again, seeing all of this combat was very fun, and I know it's going to be something that we're all going to enjoy in the game. Okay, another thing that was revealed with these gameplay reveals was the ability to use Alohomora and the unlocking mechanics. So now, this is something that I had no idea that they were going to actually implement it in this way, but it's very similar to a game like Skyrim, where it's actually like a little mini game within the game, where you have to actually be leveled up to the current level that you need to be able to access the lock, and then you have to play this little mini game that you're seeing on the screen right here with your L and R sticks on your gamepad to actually line up these little orbs and gain access to the lock to get whatever is behind that lock. So it's going to be super fun. I know we're all going to have a lot of good times with this, and maybe even some frustrating times, but man, I'm excited to try it out in the game and grab some really sweet loot with our Alohomora spell. All right, and now on to something completely new as well, and that is the fact that you can now swim in this game. It is actually fully confirmed. Unfortunately, you can only swim on the top level of the water, but what you can do that's really cool is you can actually fly your broom into the water and then dismount your broom, but you can also actually mount your broom from in the water too if you happen to get stuck. What you can't do is you can't actually dive under the water and explore what's underneath it, which kind of sucks because we all know there's some really cool stuff underneath the Black Lake there, but we may have to wait for a DLC or a further patch to see if we're able to do that. Some new information about spells was also shown in a lot of the gameplay as well. So starting with the fact that there's actually a menu that shows all of your available spells, and they did show off a ton of them. So this might be all the spells that we're going to be able to have available and unlockable in the game. We don't exactly know, but it looks like it might be because there's a lot of them. But another thing they did, they also showed you the difference between your actual usable spells in combat and then your spells that are called your essential spells, like Revelio, for instance, where like you use it in the world to reveal those hidden pages and all that kind of stuff, or reveal hidden treasure around the world. So it's pretty cool they showed this off, and it's going to be a great thing to use in the game, obviously, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I already know that. Now, one of the things that I'm really the most excited for is stealth. Now, this was revealed as well in these gameplay reveals, and it's going to be like a lot of RPG games where your enemy character is going to have a little question mark above their head, and as it fills up, that's basically showing how close you're getting and how aware they are that you're there. Now, judging by the gameplay footage, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to just kind of sneak up behind somebody, press square, and use Petrificus Totalis on them to get them to turn into basically a stone person and fall on the ground. People were having a lot of fun with this in their gameplay footage, and they also showed that in combat, it's very, very strong. So I don't know if they're going to maybe nerf this a little bit or if it's just going to be like this, but I know personally I'm going to end up playing with this type of character because in a lot of the different RPGs that I've played, using stealth was something that I always did. So to be able to go up to somebody and just turn them into like a stone person and have them drop and just take their loot the whole time, I think this is going to be a really fun way to play, and it's going to probably make the game pretty easy. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Now, something that was very welcome to see was the amount of random secrets and events that happen around the world when everybody was playing in these 2-hour sessions. Now, there is so much stuff going on in this Hogwarts castle that I think some of us are going to be just distracted by all this and not even worry about the main storyline because, like me, I'm going to go ahead and go, oh, what's that? And have to go run over there and just identify and find all this different stuff that's happening around the world and try to find all these different hidden pages. So I'm very excited for all this random stuff that's going to happen to you as you're just basically walking around the castle. And I think that's going to be a big part of the game. All right, and lastly, one of the things that I was very excited to see and how it works better is looting and your actual gear that you're going to find. So it looks like there's going to be two different types from the gameplay reveals. The gold types of looting, and that's basically items that you're going to pick up and be able to use, like money and stuff like that, or just pieces of gear. And then blue items, which will probably have some kind of significance to the narrative to the game. But you can also find this stuff all over the world. You're gonna be able to find stuff from your enemies that you defeat, and then you're gonna also be able to find these ultra like high-level stuff that you're going to actually have to identify and actually see for yourself what kind of magical powers they have inside of your room requirements. So this will be a really fun gameplay loop in the game, and I think this is very good that they're doing this because like looting and gear is a big part of any RPG game. So I'm very excited to see all the really cool stuff that we're going to be able to get in the game. Okay, guys, so that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you all are as excited for the game as I am. And again, special thanks to Andy Reloads and Retro Raconteur for all your awesome gameplay footage. So hopefully it's cool for me to use it in my video. I'll link your guys' channels and everything down below in the videos that I use. So that way everything is cool, hopefully, because small channels like me did not get a chance to go ahead and go get all this, you know, video footage. So I got to get it somehow, but hopefully it's cool. But either way, you guys, let me know down in the comments below what you are most excited for when this game releases here in just about a week. Yeah, this is probably like one of the last things I'm going to do on the game before I actually play it. So just so you guys know, I will be streaming this game a ton on this channel once it releases. Actually, I will be playing it early because I have it pre-ordered, so I'll be playing it on February 7th. So if you guys want to go ahead and be able to see somebody play it early, definitely get subscribed to the channel so that way you guys don't miss all of that. Also, I already got my PlayStation 5 controller in preparation for this game, so hopefully it does work on PC and we're able to take advantage of all the cool things that the PS5 controller is supposed to do. Anyway, we're going to conclude it right there. Hopefully you guys are, again, as excited for the game as I am. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.